Can I just tell you that my first salaried job was with Landmark Theatres? I was entry-level job, and I was writing the blurbs for the calendars because it was the days when it was a repertory exhibitor, and I was doing the shipping. So it was part-time blurb writing and part-time film shipping. And I loved the company. It had such a beautiful ethos. I think when you're doing an adaptation, you want to be as true as possible to the spirit of the book, especially when it's a much-loved novella like Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. At the same time, you are bringing the film to a contemporary audience, and I think you need to try to find a way to make it feel fresh and relatable and modern at the same time as being authentic and period. And it is a tightrope, just like the magic realism aspect of the film is another tightrope that we had to walk. Too much magic and it becomes not credible. Too much realism and you lose the fairy tale quality. So bringing in, for example, a Jamaican character to play Ada's best friend solved for me two problems at the same time. One, I think it's incredibly important that we have representation and diversity on our screens, and any opportunity to do that I will always take. But secondly, it was completely historically accurate, because in the 1950s there was a whole generation of Jamaicans who came to the UK seeking employment, and they're called the Windrush generation, named after the boat that brought them over. And so it was completely justifiable that Ada and Vi might have met during the war at a munitions factory, formed this friendship. And I don't think when you're watching it, it feels like any sort of anachronism or anything that doesn't feel credible. And then the other way in which I wanted to bring in diversity in the fashion show, for example, was that our models are black, mixed race, East Asian, so we have quite a lot of diversity there as well, and Vi has her own little romantic subplot with the bus conductor, that we see at the beginning of the film and that we see a couple more times, Chandler. So he's also it's a very classic Jamaican occupation to be a bus conductor in Britain in the 1950s. So we were able to bring in these things that feel modern, but were still authentic and period at the same time. Give my best to the folks at Landmark. I love them still. I'm glad it's showing at Landmark. That feels like a real return.